says I'm live.
You're live.
We can turn it this way.
Yeah.
Rotate. It says orientation is locked. Hold this.
You're gonna have to.
Let me.
Oh, you gotta turn that way. You gotta turn it.
Here's we live, girl.
We live. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. We had a little technical difficulty with going live, and so I don't see anybody on right now. So, but that's fine. Yeah. Oh, it don't go the other way. Oh, okay. Oh, so even if you turn like this.
It says it's locked.
Oh, orientation is locked. Okay, so we have a couple of people that have joined. Thanks, everybody. We're having a little technical difficulties with going live here for some reason. So this has got to be a good topic. Yeah.
Let's get back to your YouTube. I want to see if you can do a post.
Okay.
Get on your YouTube.
Okay. Okay, let me see here. Save and edit. Cancel. Am I, save and exit? Let me cancel this. Come on, cancel. And then, see, I can't tell because it's not clicking down.
This is on the short.
Thanks everybody for joining. We will be with you momentarily. We're just having a little technical difficulty here.
This is processing. You have started, so they're going to get notified real soon here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but in the meantime, hey y'all.
Okay.
We got to figure out how to do this. We thought Cynthia could go live, but it's not letting her go on her phone.
So we're telling everybody to switch from Girlaxin to come over to your page. Okay. All right.
And it won't let us do it this way so we both can sit next to each other. Somebody's there.
Hello, ladies. It is. Look. I see somebody is there.
Hey.
So I think it did.
So I'm glad y'all came over because we was trying to go live on Cynthia's page, but it wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
So we gonna get started.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Good evening. That's C. Marie.
Hey, C. Marie. Thanks for finding us because I was like, oh, we told y'all yesterday we was gonna be on Cynthia's page.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, if you invited any of your friends, your girlfriends, cousins, tell them to come on Synetta's page. Because you have a Android. What kind of phone you have? You have an iPhone.
I gotta wipe the screen, y'all. Hold on.
See, Android. I love my Android, and I don't want to get rid of it.
Y'all, this is not formal. We informal. We at the house. I ain't even got my shoes on. Okay. So we're gonna get started. Cynthia's going to we're gonna make cocktails first.
Yes.
And I got an appetizer in the oven that's gonna come out.
Yeah, yeah.
So you want to go ahead with the appetizer? I mean, with the drink and show them what you're
Yeah,
making.
we're gonna go ahead and get started. But thanks for joining. Since we're on your page, do you want to do the intro?
No.
You want me to do the intro?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is Cynthia from Girlaxin, and we're coming with another video, and we're going to talk about menopause. This is going to be good, y'all. I got my cousin, Synetta. We're going to tag team. Synetta. We're going to tag team, and we're going to talk about menopause. So we hope you enjoy the live stream. But before we get started, we're going to make some cocktails. So if you want to step away, now is the time to just step away for about 2 minutes. Get your favorite beverage, whatever that is, water, tea, coffee. Synetta and I, we're going to have a cocktail called Green Garden, okay? And I'm going to show you all how to make it. Very refreshing, very good. I think you'll enjoy it. So let us get our drinks together before we dive right into our topic. All right, so, all right, y'all, we got this. These are our glasses. Just got a little shaker here. And so while we're making our drinks, anybody, who have a girlfriend, cousin, someone maybe, going through menopause or wondering about menopause, go ahead, give them a call real quick, text them real quick, tell them to come join us. We here live on Synetta Crispin's YouTube channel. We're here live, and we wanna open up the topic. We wanna start the discussion. As a matter of fact, Synetta and I had talked about how we're gonna come up with our own menopause awareness month, and we're going to deem October as our menopause awareness month. So, all right, so this green garden consists of 3 ingredients, real simple, y'all. So it's melon liqueur, okay? Normally I make it out of a Japanese melon. It's called Medora, M-I-D-O-R-A, same color, okay? This is the same thing as the Medora, but just using this because we weren't able to get the Medora, but same taste, so you can get this one or you can get the Medora. It'll work just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna just pour, probably this is gonna be about a shot and a half because I'm making this for 2 people. So about a shot and a half of your melon liqueur. And then you want to use 2 shots, maybe 2.5 shots. Again, this is for 2 people, of this Kettle One cucumber mint vodka. It's infused cucumber and mint vodka. It's the botanical version of Kettle One. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So you want about 2.5 shots. So we're gonna say, oh, that's 1, 2. Okay. So just shake that up, and then you want to put some lemon. So if you can use fresh lemon, or if you have lemon juice, you can use lemon juice. Both works fine. And so just gonna shake this up. And you know what? You could put however much you want, whatever you're comfortable with. If you want less or more, if you want more lemon juice, or if you don't want any lemon juice, that's fine. You're still going to get the same great taste. Still going to get that same great taste. And so we have some little short glasses here. Okay. 1 for Synetta, 1 for me. Isn't that a pretty color?
That is such a pretty color. I gotta put on my glasses if I want to see y'all comment.
Okay, so there we have it. So, cheers, ladies.
Cheers. Happy Sunday. Woo!
It's
good.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's real refreshing. Real refreshing.
I'll get that stuff out your way.
Yeah. There you go. So what are you ladies drinking? Anybody want to put in the comments what you found to drink? And if you didn't drink, go take time
cheers
to get your cocktail or water. That's fine too. So, but we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Y'all made some ham and cheese with turkey sliders. Let me show y'all.
Those are good, man. We
Ain't that
aren't able to get on tonight. Will both of you be able to do next Sunday instead?
Who was that?
I don't know. We can't do next Sunday instead because I'm in Omaha and I'm going to be flying back to Atlanta on Wednesday.
I don't know who that was. That was a
I missed that.
That was a text.
I'm cooking whole, listening to you ladies. Hey, boo.
Hey, boom.
Like those glasses, Synetta.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
You drinking coffee.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
I was definitely drinking coffee earlier.
So let's go ahead and get started. I'm on antibiotics, so drinking zero alcohol Heineken. Okay.
Okay, sweet
Okay.
pea.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started. And it was just so I guess we had thought about tag teaming. What about maybe 2-3 weeks ago? We just said we wanted to just talk about menopause. But but before we talk about menopause, we want to kind of talk about um, leading up to menopause, like the dress rehearsal. I don't know if many of you, were aware, and some of you probably already know. So this is not going to be anything new, but it possibly could be. But so you may not have been aware, for those that you were. To you,
That's a text. That's not.
Oh,
that's
okay.
Not,
okay. And so we were in a dress rehearsal for menopause. And let me tell you how I know we were in a actual dress rehearsal for menopause. And whenever, and I don't know if you ever noticed, like maybe in your early 40s, you start to have irregular cycles, you start to have migraines, weight gain, mood swings. And so I didn't know. I learned this. I promise. I just learned this not too long ago, but I had no idea that perimenopause is our dress rehearsal to menopause. And so, probably I want to say when I first noticed perimenopause is like in my early 40s, just the irregular cycles, the hot flashes, but the hot flashes only came like every now and again. So I thought it was just, okay, maybe I'm just hot, because I didn't have the night sweats or anything. I just, was warm. And so fast forward, I now realize, oh, I was going through perimenopause. And so now I'm past perimenopause, and now learn that, I'm menopause. And so we just wanted to get on and just talk about, that menopause, because I know so many women over 40, and unfortunately some, under 40 started experiencing perimenopause, and some are in full menopause. And so we thought, we would tag team and kind of talk about, our own experiences, and that's what we're doing. We're just trying to just share what we've gone through. And so we definitely don't have, a monopoly on all things menopause or perimenopause. And so, we just wanted to just, come live, talk about the topic, kick it off, and, just talk about, what people are going through, what their experiences are. And so, we'll begin. And so cousin.
See, Marie said, I read your comment. She said that she's 42 and she thought that her period became irregular because her daughter started her cycle. So she thought that was.
Oh, okay.
But then,
okay.
You probably later learned.
Starting 56, starting menopause
3 years ago.
Okay. Wow.
And everybody has different symptoms and everything. So I don't even remember when I started going through menopause. Like Cint talked about, I call Cynthia Cint. She's Cint, y'all. Cint was talking about perimenopause. I didn't know anything about perimenopause, right? All I know is about 10 years ago, or maybe even longer than 10 years. I'm 54. So my early 40s maybe, I started having hot flashes. But they only lasted, I had a partial hysterectomy at 36, so maybe that's why, yep. That could be it for sure.
Yeah.
I'm 48. I never really, her comment went away. Okay, I never really noticed changes, but Lord have mercy. I know, right, Shakira? I have flashes all August every day. They were horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was saying, like, about 10 or so years ago, I was having hot flashes, and it just seemed like it was summertime. Like I could just blame it on it being real humid in Nebraska. You know what I mean? And it didn't happen all the time. And my period was always irregular my whole life, so I couldn't even gauge that, because I just have always had, and I haven't had a period in 17 years. So that part I can't attest to if it had anything to do with menopause. But the hot flashes was irregular every once in a while. But baby, let me tell you now what I've noticed, and I would say I noticed this probably in the last 2 years, 2 or 3 years, out of nowhere, often. And I not only get hot flashes, how many of y'all ever get cold sweats? I'll go from, or the chills, I'll go from hot, sweating, to now I'm cold. So them covers are going off, coming back on, going all night. I'm fighting with my covers because I'm hot and then I'm freezing. Then I'm hot and then I'm freezing. That's my experience.
Yeah, yeah. Same
It's
thing.
crazy.
Yeah. And so, like, I'm 58. I know I look 35, y'all.
Yes, you do, girl. Yes,
I
you
know I
do.
look 35, but I'm 58, okay? And I started experiencing um, hot flashes probably in my late 40s. In my late 40s. But prior to that, I did experience perimenopause, but didn't know because I was going back and forth to the doctor, and my OBGYN doctor. The first thing she suggested was, you know, hysterectomy, and so and I really chalked it up to being, or I chalked it up to fibroids because black women unfortunately are notorious for having fibroids, and so I thought it was my fibroids, but it wasn't, and that's why she wanted to do the hysterectomy, but I said no, that wasn't going to be an option for me, but. So around the age 49, my OBGYN doctor said, you're going to have to get off the birth control pills. Because I was on the birth control pills to regulate my cycle. Because like we talked about the irregular cycle, talk about, the mood swings and all that. So I figured, let me get on the birth control. That will regulate my cycle. So around 49, she said, you're going to come off of those birth control pills, when you turn 50. Because, the thing with menopause is that we lose our estrogen, and I'm sure many of you already know that. Nothing new that I'm telling you.
Right, sweetie.
And so she says you got to come off that because now you're at risk by taking those birth control pills. You're at a higher risk for stroke, heart disease, blood pressure, high cholesterol, all of that stuff. So she said you got to come off the pills. And so since our bodies lack the estrogen, that's what causes us to go into the mood swings, hot flashes, weight gain, and those were all of the symptoms that I had. And so I got off of the birth control pill when I was 50, and I have not had a cycles for like 8 years. So, but the hot flashes, so it was like you're trading one for the other, right? So you got, you have the hot flashes, just like Cousin Synetta said, covers on, off. And I know, y'all, how about the scarf, okay? Since menopause, I cannot keep a scarf on my head. I mean, I've even tried two scarves, and at least 2 to 3 times a night, I'm, searching for my scarf. Where is it? To put it back on my head. And it's just because of, the back and forth, not able to sleep. And so, I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me this. And I learned this, okay? So, something happens to us. I'm going to talk about everybody naturally, not just women, but between the hours of 2 and 3. I don't know how many of you have experienced, waking up, okay? Whether that's due to hot flashes, whether that's due, you have to get up and use the restroom, whatever it is. Anybody notice a pattern of getting up every morning between those hours? If so, I want to share something with you. It's a reason why. It's a reason why. And so I don't know, like Synetta, like...
I definitely do.
You do?
Every morning around that time. I get up to use the restroom, and I'm flopping and turning all night anyway because I'm hot.
Yeah, and I had to start paying attention.
She said yes.
Yeah, I had to start paying attention. Why
Regina, is that you?
Queen Bee?
I think that's Regina. Let me know if that's you, Regina.
So I had to start paying attention to...
Okay, she said yes. That's
why am I getting up? Something is going on. And so I started doing some research, and I found out that it is this, it's called the Soji effect. And what happens is, our bodies are compensating for what we missed the day before. And not only that, but our liver is filtering new blood. And so we have that going on with our bodies trying to compensate for what we missed, whether that's nutrients, I don't know, but we're trying to compensate for what we missed the day before, and we have our livers filtering new blood. And so when you have that and you're getting up in the middle of the night, coupled with the fact that you have night sweats, coupled with the fact that, you're just, not able to go to sleep, then when you wake up the next morning, you're restless, right? And so, and unfortunately, this is what causes, our high blood pressure, because we lack that estrogen that we need. And so we have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, migraines, hot sweats, night sweats. And so, and cousin, remember we talked about the definition for menopause? Why? Remember you asked that question? Why? What's going on when we have the hot flashes?
Yeah, I asked Cynthia, I said, when our body perspires like that, right, we just break out in hot sweats. What is going on internally in our body to make that happen? What triggers that to happen, right? So Cynthia did some research. What'd you come up with?
So, what I researched was that when we have those hot flashes, our bodies is trying to compensate, because internally our body is saying, you're too warm. So it's trying to compensate and get our temperature, our body temperature, back at a regular temperature. But in order to get our body temperature back at a regular temperature, to cool it off, we have to have a hot flash first. So a hot flash is triggered, and then your body cools down. Now, we talked about that yesterday, and I said, you know what, that's some fractionacal. So in order for us, for our temperatures to regulate, our body is saying, okay, you're too warm, so I'm going to trigger a hot flash for you to cool your body down.
Does that make sense to you, Shakira? That didn't make sense to me. I was like, that don't make sense. But it does, in a sense, because right after I have a hot flash, I usually get really cold.
Yeah, I thought that was so interesting. I'm like, what? We gotta have a hot flash to cool down?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And so, you know what? It's weird, because in my research, now I haven't researched it extensively, but for some reason it just happens to women. I don't know why. If men have, if their bodies overheat, what their internal clock is, what trigger they have, what I'm saying, to cool them down. For us, it's the hot flash. For men, I'm not sure what it is, but that might be an interesting little topic. Like, how do you naturally cool your body? Like, what triggers your body to men to cool down? But for us ladies, especially, those who are experiencing menopause, you got to have the hot flash to cool off. I was just going to ask a question about, I'm going to do some research on that. And if I find something, I'll leave it in the comments to see, what the trigger is for men.
Because we know men go through stuff too. Just like every month we have our cycle or whatever, and get the mood swings or the headaches or the cramps or whatever every single month. I think men go through something too. They have to. And ladies, those of you, we've all been in relationships. Some of you are married. You know your man. Sometimes it's like a monthly thing where they go through something. And I don't think there's a name for it. And then I don't know what happens to them after they get over 40 or whatever. Like we go through menopause. Do they go through something? Why we gotta have the hot flash?
Exactly. And look out in the streets looking crazy.
They do, don't they, Virginia? They do go through something. I don't know what it's called or if it's called anything, but they definitely go through something within their body after a certain age, on a monthly basis. And even before a certain age, like I said, when we were menstruating and stuff, every month we go through irritability. They go through that. But what is that called?
We have to look that up and see what
she
that's
said
called.
It's called the grouch phase. It's a thing. It really is a thing.
Oh, you know what, Shakira? We talked about that menopause. It's not called menopause for no reason. When you say menopause slow, men all pause. Okay, so the men got to pause because, when we have our little hot flashes and they be trying to come up on us, like, no. Not today, not this morning, not at night, no. Yeah, and that's what it is. My
Certain
husband's
time.
attitude change around a certain time of the month.
I even started keeping track. Yeah, you got to,
Yeah,
girl.
it's
Yes.
something going on. Just like with women, it's something going on with that. It's something going on with that.
Okay, so let's talk about what we do. For those of you who have hot flashes, I never thought there was anything I can do but other than just get through it. So if I get a hot flash while I'm at work, I just fan through it. It's like a contraction. You just gotta breathe through it, right? Cause it is gonna pass. For me, mine it'll just come through my body like internally. And then it'll just last for a few moments, maybe, just a few minutes, and then it'll go away. It might come back, but what do you do when you're having hot flashes? At night, I just flip and flop, and I have fans in the windows. I have a lot going on. But when you're out in public, our grandma used to wear powder all the time. Talk about that, saying how we...
Yeah, our big mama, and see, when we was kids, we didn't know. And cause she would take her bath, and she would have her her underwear on, and she was sitting there just cooling off, and we would just see this powder. It's like, what's going on with the powder? What's going on, big mama? And all she would say is just keep living. She never gave us an answer. And that's another thing. I'm curious to know, how many, if your mother's ever talked to you about menopause.
Mine's did
yeah,
not.
because mine's did not. That's why I just learned about perimenopause, because I had no idea. But I'm just curious to know how many, women, on this call, where your grandmothers or your auntie or somebody, a older female in your life. My mother always used to fan herself. No, nothing, no talks. Yeah, that's how it was. No talks. Mm-hmm. You just, learn as you go. Trial and error, basically trial and error. But yeah, my grandmother, we would just see all of this powder, and that was her answer, just keep living. And so now, thank God, we still living. We understand what the powder is about. But and we talked about this yesterday, Ned, about how many women.
Girl, nothing was discussed.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't talk about it.
They just didn't. And I wonder, how we were talking about the powder, like maybe your mother or your grandmother, because that class action lawsuit with Johnson & Johnson about the talc that's in a powder. That's the agent or ingredient that caused the cervical cancer. And so I'm just wondering, like, how many of our aunts or great aunts or grandmother, maybe experiencing, some form of impact.
She say it was going through the change. Yeah, my mother didn't know what was happening to her.
She didn't know it. See, they just didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, they just didn't talk. Because I asked my mom. I was like, "Well, Mom, why didn't you tell me about what's going on here?" And same thing. She said, "Well, our mother didn't tell us anything about it." So I'm like, okay, so when did you start? Like, my mom, she was one of the lucky ones. Like, she went through menopause, but she didn't have all of the hot flashes. Like, I didn't see her out here in the streets looking crazy with a whole bunch of sweat, or even at home.
She didn't want that change with all that sweat. Yeah, I don't want that change either. She cared. But yeah, my mom, she had a hysterectomy early. So Mom actually never went through. I don't have no memories of my mom going through menopause with the sweat. I mean, you can go through menopause. All women don't have heat flashes or hot flashes.
True.
They don't. So, I mean, it's rare, but I've heard people say, no, I don't have hot flashes. I went through the change, like their menstrual stopped or whatever. So they may have other symptoms. But yeah, my mom, I'm going to have to ask her about that. She had a hysterectomy, a full hysterectomy, and I don't know what happened with that, but she didn't have no kind of hot flashes. So there was nothing for her to tell me. I'm going through this, and she looking at me like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, same thing with my mom. She went through the menopause, but she didn't have the hot flashes.
My mom had hot flashes often, but never discuss why.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm just wondering if that comes with some type of shame. Is it like you realize you're getting old, you're aging? So, you know, is that some type of shame where they didn't want to talk about it?
I thought I was going to skip the change. Nope, I didn't. You didn't skip it, Shakira. The thing that my worst part about the hot flashes is I wake up with my hair wet. Now that's a new thing for me. You know, I had stopped wearing the scarves for a long time because I lost my hair due to COVID. Got it cut off real short, so I'm like, okay, I got this short little cut. I don't need to wear scarves. You know, my hair is gonna be easy to maintain, and just some kind of way this summer. After I would take my scarf off and my twist would still be damp. And I was like, my hair must be getting thicker. And that's why it's taking longer to dry. It's not drying overnight like it used to. Y'all, that was not the case. It was sweat. I wake up every morning with my hair damp from head sweats all night. And so I can't wear my hair out because it's just a poofy frizz ball. Ain't that crazy? I don't know if it's just because it's summer and that's gonna change. I don't know, but that's one of the things I cannot stand. And then outside of the hot flash, me and Cynthia talked about other symptoms, like what I wrote something down. What did I say yesterday about my skin changing?
Oh yeah.
And
the elasticity.
Losing the elasticity in my skin. I don't know if that's menopause or if that's just age. I'm not sure. Where women lose the collagen in their skin, definitely noticed that. So my skin is just changing. I'm just aging, right? I can see it in my face. And what was the other one? I'm losing my train of thought.
Was it well, you know, I think we all we have that hair loss. And then the thinning, and I think that's even like outside of COVID net, because that just happens because we just lose that estrogen. That estrogen is key, but when you don't have it.
Funny story. I had a little wig on, looking cute, out with hubby. Hot flash came. Oh no, it went away. Okay. No, you didn't rip it off.
But you know what? You don't care.
When you
hot flashes come,
yeah, you hot like that,
you don't even care.
You gotta rip it off.
You do not care how crazy, even though it be, and you know what, Shakira, it do. Those hot flashes have you looking crazy out in the streets. You know, people be looking at you like, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with her? And then do you guys, you ever like, you know, get the moisture like in the crease of your arms, on the back of your neck, like, you know, on your back, you know, in the creases of your legs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like my neck, I be like this at night, just neck just sweating. The skin change for sure. It was skin change and something else. Sweating like a bull. I was gonna say something else. Skin change. What was the one I said before skin change?
Did you talk about your joints or something? Like, do you have aches?
Oh, this is what I was gonna say. So. This is another thing that I just recently noticed. Like, I'm sitting down at work all day, right? And so I have to get, because I'm one of the older people in my office. One of the older ones. And so I'm like, look, I got to get up every few hours. My hair wax cutting and it became, yep, your hair texture changes. And so I was just getting up. I have to get up like every hour or every 2 hours. I just cannot sit at my desk for long periods of time and get up in my joint. Every time I get up, y'all be like,
you know what I mean? On.
Oh yeah,
you be holding on.
And might hear my knee crack or just something. And so my joints. But I was reading about menopause. I saw this article that came across my Facebook and it said, bad joints, or is it menopause? And that made me pause. Like, wait a minute. So menopause. I mean. I think that has something to do with maybe the estrogen. I don't know.
Yeah, that estrogen plays
bone loss or something, y'all. It's like menopause jacks us up, and so we have to stay on top of pay attention to our bodies, right? Because you can be thinking it's one thing. The doctor might even diagnose you with arthritis, and it may not even be that, right? Just going through menopause, body's changing, your bone structure's changing, hair, skin, everything is just changing. So I don't take any supplements. Do you take any supplements?
No,
what kind of supplements do you guys, for all of you who are older? Okay, so I experienced the sweating in here, being wet at night. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm still. Oh, okay. You still cycling.
Mm-hmm.
I
She's
need
probably
more.
perimenopause.
That's perimenopause.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She said she thought it was a trade-off, and it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We talked about that. You trade one for the other, for sure. But um, yeah. So like now again we're just sharing our experiences, and so like what are some of the things that work for you to help alleviate, like we can't get rid of it because I mean it just is what it is, but like some of the tips, like what do you guys use, I'm sorry ladies, what do you use to try to combat the night sweats, or especially like out in public when you're sweating, or what do you do, like one thing that works for me, not to say that it worked for everybody, but one thing that works for me that I notice is that after I shower, right before I get out of the shower, I'll turn my faucet down. It's cold, like kind of like milky. What do you call it? Milky. Like it's cooler than lukewarm. Just as cold as you can stand it. And I will rinse off for about 2 minutes. I find that brings my temperature down. It brings my temperature down. So, because it's nothing like, you getting out of the shower, out of a warm shower, and you dry off, but your body is still moist, so you can't put lotion on, because what's going to happen? You put lotion on your face, it's just going to slide right on off. So it's you're just wasting lotion. So don't even bother to even put it on. So I find what works for me is if the last couple of minutes, as cold as I can get it, it brings my temperature down. So when I get out the shower and dry off, my body is not moist, and so therefore my lotion will adhere to my face and to my body.
Virginia said her hair started thinning, and when she gets up from sitting down for a while, she has to stand up. She has to stand there for a minute before she starts moving. Part of aging.
Right, man.
Sweet Pea says, I was on HRT, but too expensive as I have a prescription for something else. So I was suggested to have sage tea.
Oh, okay. That's a
Does
tip.
liquor trigger hot flashes?
Probably.
I'm sure it does, Shakira.
Look. We're going to have to find something. We're going to have to find something else, because
I haven't noticed that necessarily.
it does. But everybody is different. But I
Yeah.
did read that. They said, reduce your alcohol intake, because that does help.
You said workouts are good for you.
Yes,
Okay.
they are.
I typically have hot flashes at night. Well, not typically. Every night, and then at work. At some point during the day. So I can't say what's triggering it. I don't think it's it could be something that I'm eating, but it just could be that time of the day for my body. Because every day when I'm at work, at some point in the afternoon, I get a hot flash.
Oh, they say like spicy food and caffeine are some of the
Yeah.
things that could trigger it.
Yeah, definitely caffeine, they said too. And I do drink coffee every morning, so I'm just down to 1 cup a day with the coffee. So I don't know, it could be the caffeine.
Yeah, they say the caffeine in the coffee, that does trigger the hot flashes.
And then, so we talked about Johnson & Johnson powder. Powder is good after you get out the shower. Powder is cooling, right? I just like to put it on. Like you said, our big mama used to do that all the time. It keeps you cool. But I don't, yeah, you said caffeine does. I don't know that it prevents hot flashes or nothing like that. It just kind of helps keep you cool. And this has pure cornstarch. And in the ingredients, there's no talcum. So I don't know if yeah, don't look at my nails. They are a hot mess. I don't know if Johnson & Johnson reformulated their powder, but this one doesn't have talcum at all. So I do like to put powder on.
It draws that moisture. That's what, it draws that moisture, and it does help. It does help.
Yeah, I like to put powder underneath my boobs,
the
like underneath that area right there, because that area will get soaking wet. I just like to
sure
put
will.
powder, and that just kind of helps absorb some of that that sweat. That works for me. Other than that, I don't have
the microfiber, the cloths. Has anybody? What you think about?
These are tips and tricks using. You said no napkins.
Yeah. Oh, look, y'all. When I tell you, these hot flashes will have you looking crazy. Okay, I was out, and this has happened to me several times. When you hot, especially when you caught off guard, so you got to be prepared. See, with menopause, you got to be prepared. You know what I mean? It's almost like you going into a battle, right? So I was out. It caught me off guard a couple of times, and I started flashing, and I didn't have my fan. All I had was like a napkin. So to avoid looking crazy, I started, patting myself, right? The more I started patting myself, the more it seemed like the more the hot flashes came. So, but what I found was I had bits and pieces of napkins all over my face. See how menopause have you out in the streets looking crazy? Like a thief in the night, just have you looking crazy. So, and thank God for some real, decent sisters. Like, hey, these are strangers. Like, you know what, you got something all over your face, and they wiping me down. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, oh my God, I got bits and pieces of napkins all over my face. So don't use paper towel, don't use napkins if you happen to be caught off guard. If you can, some type of towel, a microfiber towel. They sell them on Amazon, and they even have the ones that have the little cooling feature in it. Like if you put it in your freezer, for about an hour. It just depends on what brand you get. It'll last for 3 hours. So just always have something, on hand and not be caught off guard, because you'll just be looking crazy trying to, absorb the moisture with a paper towel or a napkin. It seems like the sweat. You know what? I think it's a different kind of sweat too. I think that sweat, when you pat your face with the napkin or the paper towel, it breaks down. Like, because usually, when you wipe, you don't normally, but you don't get the bits and pieces, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it's a different type, like maybe it's salt in it.
I don't know.
But it breaks down that napkin and that paper towel quick, so, but the microfiber towel, if you can, like I said, you can go like Amazon, even at, Walmart, Target, they all have those, little cooling features built in.
You want another sandwich?
I'm good. Well, let me have a half. Yeah, I'll take this.
Take the whole one.
Yeah, thank you.
Y'all, these sandwiches are so good. I'm trying not to smack.
They are
so
good.
Delicious.
They are good. Thanks, Matt.
But do you guys have any questions or want to share anything, or did you find this helpful in any way? Let us know.
Yeah, man, we could figure out how we could do a tag team from Omaha to Atlanta. I don't know. With the technology, we should be able to. You think? I'm not sure either. But
Monthly cycle or hot flash?
Would you rather? Remember we talked about? Would you
Oh
rather?
yeah. Okay. So yeah, we was talking about you be going down with the food, throwing down with the food. Yes. Yes, I do. And not as much though lately, but I am gearing to get back into my kitchen. Oh, I got a new stove today, y'all. It came today. I'm so excited. But anyway, I asked Cynthia. She said, thank you, it's very informative. You're welcome. So this is the last question I'm going to leave y'all with. I want each of you who are on this live to answer this question. Well, some of y'all haven't gone through the hot flashes yet. For those of you who are going through menopause, would you rather have your monthly cycle every month or be going through menopause? And all that deals with.
That's $1 million question
and
right there.
And I said I'd rather have my monthly cycle, even though I had cramps really, really bad in my stomach. I would get cramps in my back. I would get headaches. But I knew how to manage it. I knew it was coming. I would take my ibuprofen 800. I would take a long nap because it was only really, really bad that first day, those pains, right? And then that was it. And then my cycle would be however long my cycle was, but I have to deal with bloating and all that. But I would rather deal with the woes of a monthly cycle. Not that we got a choice, right? That part's over, but I would much rather deal with that than menopause is cruel. It's just almost like this is not fair. Menopause to me is way worse. What y'all think?
Don't know. Ooh, it's a tough question. It's a tough question.
What you think, Sam? What would you rather have?
I think I'm gonna take the monthly cycle for 1,000, Alex. I think I'm gonna take the monthly cycle over the hot flashes. Yeah, Because if that means it says
No monthly after my wish. I didn't have a monthly in 6 years. I'm ready to stop cycling. I feel like I've done my done the due diligence, right? I haven't had a cycle in years and years and years.
Man.
But when I stopped having my cycle, I was like, ooh, no more pads. Ooh, I was so glad I didn't have to buy pads no more, tampons or whatever. Like, ooh, thank you, Lord.
That is a good benefit. Yeah, it's a definite trade-off.
Yeah, it's very heavy, yeah.
She was extremely heavy.
I don't miss it either, but girl, this menopause, and you know, menopause, there's no expiration date. Like, we don't know what it is.
We'd be 70, 75, still
You
flashing.
can be in menopause and flashing for years.
Yeah.
But like Cynthia said, you just got to be prepared. Just like, you know, we was prepared for our menstruation. We knew that time of the month was coming. So when we was in school or whatever, high school, junior high even, pack our little bag, right, to make sure, like, if it came and we off, you know, they both are evil or the devil. She said they both the devil, yeah. But just like we had, oh, my phone about to die. Just like we prepared for that administration, right? And got our pads and make sure we had, you know, whatever we needed if we gonna be out in public or at school when that happened. It's kind of like that with menopause. Where's your fan at? Show me your fan. You got your fan? Oh, she got her fan around her neck.
Ready. Okay, ready. Matter of fact, I have two of these, right? I have one by my nightstand, and I always have one in my purse. I have one in my purse, and I keep them charged all the time. Don't leave home without it. This is a must-have. This is a lifesaver. A lifesaver. And by the way, you can get these on Amazon. Now, the last time I checked, they were out. They were out. But, Synetta, maybe I could leave the description. So if you want to go and check and see, you know, randomly if they have them back in, you could maybe leave the link or something. But these right here, and when you charge them, they'll give you, you can get about 6 hours. I mean, matter of fact, I take that back. You can get 8 hours.
Shakira's gonna get one.
You can get about 8 hours because when I charge mine up, I leave mine, like I said, on my nightstand, and it's on when I wake up in the morning. It lasts all through the night, and I even have my fan going too, and my air conditioner. So
I like how this is real. It's lightweight, and you just wear it around your neck like a necklace.
Oh, and let me show you, ladies, too. And so, like, if you're sitting down, you could, you know, twist it like that, and it folds. So you know, you could sit it on your desk. So and then, you know, you could sit it on your desk like this, and then it stands up. So if you want to stand it up, you could, you know.
Yeah, I like how lightweight that is.
It's called And Pro, but I'll make sure we leave the description down so you can go check Amazon. They may be back in stock.
But Regina said she don't want it. She said all the horror stories, she don't want it. It's a lot of horror stories. It's unbelievable. Like, for me, I'm just like, this is unbelievable. But you know what? We got to thank God we alive, right? So if this is what God said we got to go through, we just got to go through it. It's not painful, but it is annoying. It's very annoying and very frustrating. But it's part of our new life. It's part of
it is.
It just comes with getting older, right?
Just like Big Mama said, keep living. So that's what we're doing.
She's always say, keep living.
Keep living.
And like my mom, I'll be reminding her stuff. I'll be like, Mama, I just told you that 5 minutes ago. And she'll be like, all right, girl, keep living. Keep on living. So, you know, that's all we got, you guys. I think, unless y'all have anything else, I enjoyed the topics.
Yeah, it was fun. This was fun.
You must endure it. Thanks, ladies. You're welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thanks for joining. And anybody that's not subscribed to my channel, I got to put that little plug in. Hope you don't mind. Because if you're not subscribed to my channel, unfortunately, we have some technical difficulties. Android, I did not know that you have to set up a go live, and it takes time to do it 24 hours. And so, but if you have not subscribed to my channel, Girlaxin, and it is spelled Girlaxin, please do so. I sure appreciate your support. Thank you so much, and hope to see some of you ladies on my channel, and stay tuned to my next video. Thanks.
Hi, Valerie. Thanks for joining. I just now saw you. I don't know if you was been in here the whole time, but thank you all for joining. I really, really appreciate you guys. So we're about to jump off of here, head to Mama's. Y'all know I go to my mom's every Sunday. Since going with me today, and her mom and my mom are sisters. So her mom goes over my mom's almost every Sunday. So we're finna go join them, and we might I just popped in. Oh, okay. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. So you guys, hey, yeah, I'll see y'all this upcoming week. Stay tuned for whatever I come up with for a video topic next time. I'll see y'all in my next one.
All right.
Bye, ladies. Have a happy Sunday.